Okay, welcome to another video looking at practice test 3 and all about fractions. This one is question 20. Okay, part A. So with adding, subtracting fractions, we have to do a bit like what we did with question 19, that is, we've got to create the same denominator. Otherwise, it can't add or subtract. Now, same denominator from these two. It should be a plus. Multiply the denominators. Five times 3. 15. That gives us a new denominator. And so we're going to put fractions, new fractions. And so 5, okay, so we're going to go over 15 plus something else over 15. New denominator. New fractions now. We've got to increase each numerator by the same factor. Now, since 5 becomes 15 in the first one, 3 becomes 15 in the second one, that's 5 to 15 is increased by a factor of 3, 5 times 3. So, new fraction, do the same with the numerator. Increased by a factor of 3 becomes 9. This is increased, 3 to 15 is a factor of 5. 3 times 5 is 15. So that increased by a factor of 5 as well. 2 times 5 is 10. Now we can add. Same denominator, 9 plus 10 is 19. Over 15. That's our first one. Part B. Same process. This time subtracting. 5 over 6 minus 3 over 8. So going by this process here, multiply denominators. 6 times 8 is 48. Multiply denominators. So we've got a new denominator, 48. So that becomes something over 48 minus something else over 48. Okay. So now we've got to factor, increase these two numbers by the same factor as the bottom two were. So 6 is increased by a factor of 8. 6 times 8 is 48. So 5 times a factor of 8 is 40. And 8's increased by a factor of 6. 8 times 6 is 48. So 3 increased by a factor of 6 is 18. Equals. Same denominator now. 40 minus 18, that's 22. Which we can divide by 2. 11 over 24. Yep. I'm going to just check that to see if I haven't stuffed up. Won't have not allowed to use a calculator for this part of the test. I'm just doing this to check. 3/5 minus 2/3. Oh, let's try that again. We're doing this one. 5/6 minus 3 over 8. That's better. 11 over 24. Oh, yep, there we are. We have made it. Okay, part C. Not going to do the whole one of this one. I will take that off. Give me some space. Part C, I'll start us off. Part C. Question 20. Part C. 2.5 plus 1/4. Okay, for this one, got to be improper. So that becomes 2, 2, 4 minus 5 over 4. 2. 5 over 2 plus 1 over 4. Same denominator means, well, we can increase it by a factor of 2, becomes over 4. And the 1 over 4 stays. Factor of 2 increase. We can do it from there. Part D. Okay, so 5 minus 7 over 8. Whole number, fraction. Let's change them both to fractions. 5 over 1. So the whole number becomes, that is a fraction, and 7 over 8. And we need the same denominator. And since 1 goes into 8, we can make them over 8. That stays. That's increased by a factor of 8, so that must be as well. 8 times 5 is 40. And I think we can do it from here. And I think we're done. Thanks everyone.